Please change over. So we now come to the story of NETHRALAYA, and we have Dr. Girish Rao to speak about NETHRALAYA. NETHRALAYA, as we all know, is a non-profit, not-for-profit missionary institution for ophthalmic care in the name of NETHRALAYA, and Sankara is a reference to God, Lord Shiva, and Nethralaya means the temple of the eye. Girish is the president of Medical Research Foundation, and he received his medical graduate degrees from SETG Medical College in Mumbai and his postgraduate degree from Medical Research Foundation. And Girish and I were together at NETHRALAYA at the same time. Girish, please.
Thanks, Dr. Partha and the scientific committee for this invite. If I were to sum up the story of NETHRALAYA, it can be the story of Dr. Badrinath. NETHRALAYA was Dr. Badrinath, and the story of 4 decades has been his growth, his journey in Indian ophthalmology. So way back in the 70s, it was on the call of the Mahapariva of Kanchi that Dr. Badrinath gave up his idea of going back to the US to set up his practice there, and he stayed back in Chennai, and along with like-minded philanthropists, he set up NETHRALAYA on 6th of September 1978. And the image that you see on the down is actually the handwritten letter of intent that was given to the charity commissioners. So from a very humble beginning, way back in 78, with a campus, again as modest as what Dr. Ravindan said about Arvind also. So very modest beginning. Over the years, it's been the vision of this visionary, vision, passion, empathy, self-knowledge, integrity, curiosity, all clubbed into one legendary personality, which also in the way helped him gain recognition both in terms of a Padma Shri and the Padma Bhushan by the government of India. But I think if you were to sum up NETHRALAYA, it's very important to read the philosophy. And the philosophy, I'd like to just read it for the benefit of the crowd here. Let the word Shankara of NETHRALAYA ever remind me and my associates His Holiness command that there be missionary spirit in the project. Let the word Nethralaya constantly remind me and my colleagues that the place of our work is an alaya, a temple. And work will be our workshop, and we shall do it with sincerity, dedication, and utmost love. I think this has been truly inspiring for generations of ophthalmologists and paramedical staff who have worked at NETHRALAYA. So there are people who have money and who seek ideas and strong teams. There are great teams which look for ideas and money. I think NETHRALAYA started off as a great idea, and we sought team and funding. And along the way, thanks to the grace of the Almighty and the dedication and hard work, we've reached where we have today. So, I mean, there are various milestones starting from the importance of creating a task force in addition to clinical service was felt way back in 79, and that's when the CUSHA ophthalmic postgraduate training program was started within a year of starting the hospital itself. And what is also very significant was the emphasis on optometry training. So NETHRALAYA realized that we need a strong paramedical force, especially the optometrists, to complement the work of the ophthalmologists. And that's why the elite school of optometry, the premium and probably the only optometry school at that time, along with the BITS Pilani, started. And now obviously we have many such programs running all over the country, and we are proud that most of our alumni are heading these places across the country. At one time, we had about 10 PhD optometrists in our system, which is again a very proud achievement for us. We were also among the first to have the Teleophthalmology Connect way back in 2003, along with the ISRO. The need for reaching the unreached, as Dr. Ravindan said. So one way is to actually go to the community, set up centers, or have this model of teleophthalmology way back in 23. What is also very unique was looking at treating some of the patients who were neglected. And one such path-breaking surgery was the OOKP, or the osteoodontokeratosis. In other words, a tooth for an eye. Again, very niche. Probably the numbers in a year would be only 8 to 10. But these are actually patients who had devastating complications due to acid burns for no fault of theirs, who were totally blind. And Dr. Badrinath felt that we need to do something, not just for the run of the mill cataract, but even the other extreme, the rarest of the rare cases. And along the way, we did expand, we did venture into newer territories. The Northeast has been one of the, I would say, a pillar of support for Shankar Nethralaya for years together. And not just ophthalmology, they do come in hordes to visit Apollo Hospital, the CMC Vellore. And so that's why they felt a need to open up a center in Kolkata, and that's what was did way back in 2007. And research obviously was not very structured till then, but the emphasis was always there in doing India-centric research. And way back in 2008, we set up the Kamal Nayan Bajaj Institute of Research for Basic Sciences. Also, something unique to Shankar Nethralaya was the setting up of a mobile eye hospital. And Shankar Nethralaya right now is the only institute in the country which has the central government approval for conducting such mobile camps, wherein 2 buses go to the village. One of the bus is an operation theatre, the other is a preparatory vehicle. And within a period of 2 weeks, do about 250 to 300 surgeries, which is also an important event, because there are still a group of patients who cannot come to the hospital. Even if we provide them the transport, even if we take care of all of the logistics, they still do not have the drive or the support to take even that last step. So this is the last mile connectivity that Shankar Nethralaya looked at. Obviously, patient care, irrespective of the socioeconomic caste or the social standing of the patient, has always been the core of Shankar Nethralaya, as has been for most of the not-for-profit organizations. Shankar Nethralaya has a host of firsts along the decades, and one of the ways of providing premium care was always being at the edge of the, or one step ahead in the cutting edge technology. And along the way, as this technology evolved in ophthalmology, Nethralaya embraced it so as to provide the premium care to the patient, as well as provide training to the next generation of ophthalmologists in use of these technology. Reaching out to community is very important, and while continuing with all the rural camps, the school screenings, the mobile vans, the refraction vans, the diabetic retinopathy programs, and the mobile eye surgical unit, which I just spoke about, it has been very important and integral part, not only to reach the unreached, but also to work, provide a platform for our postgraduate training programs. And this is the mobile surgical unit, which we developed along with IIT Madras. Now we have 2 such units, one operating out of Tamil Nadu, covering Telangana and Andhra Pradesh also, and the other one in Jharkhand along with the Tata Trust. And we have done 25,000 surgeries. The surgical complication rate or the surgical success rate is no different from what we do at our tertiary center in Chennai. And that's been something very satisfying. As I said, academics has been very integral part. Way back in 79, we set up the CUSHA academic program. Initially, it was the DO and the DNP program, and now we have also the MS program, which is in the system. And at any given point, we have about close to 100 residents either undergoing fellowship training or the postgraduate training. And also along this, we have also the optometry program going on. The Elite School of Optometry, as I said, is one of the premium institutes. Unfortunately, due to the change in the university laws, we needed to part ways with IIT, with BITS Pilani, and now we are partnering with Shastra University for running this program. There's also a need to train the paramedics. As I said, one of the main drawbacks is the manpower cost and the availability of manpower itself. And then that need was felt, and that's why the Shankar Nethralaya Academy was set up to train all the paramedicals, whether it's in laboratory sciences or in administration. E-learning was recognized way back about 2 decades ago, and that's why every class of Shankar Nethralaya is recorded live. It can be accessed on YouTube or on the website. As I said, a dedicated research has been the core of Shankar Nethralaya, and specifically looking at India-centric research. And Shankar Nethralaya was the first to have the patented chip for the PCR chip for detecting intraocular infections, whether it's a virus, fungus, and all this can be done in a matter of few hours, and you don't need to wait for the culture report after 72 hours or longer. This research has also helped us in being at the cutting edge of publications, and over the years we have more than 2,500 peer-reviewed publications and multiple books and chapters being published, which is a matter of pride for us. And if you add the publications of our alumni, this would be in multiple folds going forward. So the reason behind Shankar Nethralaya's sustained growth has obviously been the top talent. Retention of this talent also very equally important. Have the operational efficiency, less of red tapeism in the decision making. Obviously, Dr. Badrinath, a once in a lifetime leader, and more importantly, identifying the team to go forwards. We have had contributions from all our partners, could be corporates, individual donors, NGOs, all of them have a role in our growth. We've also partnered with like-minded institutes, the Shankar Deva Nethralaya in Guwahati, Sri Ganpati Nethralaya in Jalna, who have followed our philosophy, and they are doing human services in their respective fields. We also have a fundraising arm in the US, an independent entity called the Shankar Nethralaya USA, which does the fundraising, and then this helps us reach the unreachable and also helps us in keeping our costs down. Obviously, all this has resulted in Shankar Nethralaya being recognized consistently among the best run eye hospitals in India, and Dr. Badrinath being recognized as one of the 25 greatest living legends in India by the NDTV. We've had various dignitaries walk through our portals, and they are testament of the work that Shankar Nethralaya does is a reward, just as we see a satisfied patient walk out of the hospital at the end of even a simple cataract surgery or just with a glass prescription. So thanks to all the 2,000 plus staff who have helped us in this journey. Thank you.
Stay there, Girish. And we'll ask none other than Dr. S. Natarajan. Sir, you've been trained by Dr. Badrinath. You're his favorite, all-time favorite, and you continue to be. So what is it that you carried from Shankar Nethralaya? And that would have to be summed up in just about 2 minutes, sir.
Anyway, I'm fortunate. I told Dr. Badrinath when I joined him, I knew him as a school student. I'm happy I moved with Dr. Venkateswamy because my grandfather was eye doctor, and my father and then with Dr. Badrinath. I think as Amit told that I think we learned the great philosophy how to be with the most humble when you achieve the maximum. And I think he taught there's nothing to be afraid for anything in vitreoretinal surgery in 1984. So he said you have to have a lion's heart and hands like the Bharatanatyam dancer's fingers. It has to speak, and that's what I think we learned. And whatever I am today, I'm glad we got the highest award in RO, and also now in the ICU. Everything I dedicated to Dr. Badrinath, and that's why I call SN as S. Natarajan and S. Shankar Nethralaya. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Of course, Dr. Ramurthy is also a fellow and has been a consultant at Shankar Nethralaya. So while you are talking, sir, I'm sure you're going to dwell upon Shankar Nethralaya and the contribution. Thank you very much, Girish.